Well, we're just so excited to head into postseason after wrapping up a terrific Big Ten championships. The team has been preparing well. We know we've got a tough but exciting regional ahead of us, and we hope to just continue our momentum, have a great Thursday, move on to Saturday, and hopefully move on to the national championships.
We spoke 2 weeks ago about how everything ramps up in this time of year. Are you sensing with the team that there is this chance to do something really amazing this weekend?
Yes, yeah, I can feel it. I think they can feel it. They've had this belief in themselves from the beginning of the season that this was something we could accomplish. And every week, I think that belief continues to grow. I'd say especially after the last few weeks of great performances, that something bigger is on the horizon for this group. So I think they're all very excited moving forward.
How much does senior leadership play into that, especially some of the athletes that have done exactly this before?
Yeah, our seniors have been phenomenal for us, competitively, but also as leaders. We heavily depend on them in all areas, but they're definitely athletes we can go to, we can count on, and they've been here before, and that's what you need going into these kinds of competitions.
Look at the roster of teams you competed against in Big Tens, you look at that and go, well, this is a fairly talented crew. And then you look at the 8 teams that are going to be in Fayetteville. How do you help the team balance, you're going to have to be your best, but also just this amazing opportunity to compete at such an elite level?
Yeah. Well, I think all 4 regions are difficult. There is no such thing as an easy regional these days, and every team there has done a great job to earn themselves a spot there. And so it's this time of the year you've got to kind of be at your best to continue to move on. But that's what makes this part of the year so exciting is you just have to keep performing at that high level and hopefully just keep moving on.
There are challenges with the Thursday-Saturday dynamic where sometimes it's prep for the week, perform, then move forward, where should you advance on Thursday, there is that quick turnaround to get to yet another level of achievement on Saturday.
I think we've done this before. We've prepped for this. We've talked to the athletes quite a bit about it. We've obviously changed our schedule, competing on a Thursday versus competing on a Saturday. But we've got some plans and some ideas for the day off in between to help them recover physically, mentally, emotionally, and just I don't think it'll be hard for them to be ready for Saturday. I think they'll be pretty. It'll be us trying to, to calm maybe our emotions a little bit because I think they'll be ready.
I wanted to ask a little bit about the new facility. What kind of different features does that have, and how does that add to the program for next year?
Well, it's going to have everything. Our current space, we've been here longer than I've been here, so almost 30 years in this space, and it's definitely maxed out. There are things we don't have. We don't have loose foam pits, which we will have 6 in our new gym, so it's going to be amazing. Loose foam pits on every event and trampolines. Every training device that we wish we had, we're going to have in the new gym. So it's just going to allow us to train smarter, train in different ways that keep our athletes healthier. I think we've done a good job to manage that, but I think we're going to be able to do even a better job at it in the new facility. But also, we've had to be really creative in the space we're at now and learn some new techniques and come up with some things that are definitely unique to our space and how we train, as well as being able to go some of the more mainstream approaches to training, which we'll be able to do in our new facility.
And how does that new facility kind of create a more of a team bonding environment?
Well, we're so fortunate in the location of the new gym. It's right in the heart of Athletes Village. So for these athletes, it's going to be like their second home. I mean, we're going to have everything they need is going to be within footsteps of where they need to be between studying, training, eating. Everything is going to be right there. So I do think it will continue to build that team camaraderie. And whether they want to get away from each other or not, it's going to be a lot harder now because they're going to be together all the time.
What impact can it have on recruiting, do you think?
It's huge. Every athlete that we're looking at, this is a huge selling feature, is this new facility, and to be able to train in a facility that can help them be the very best that they can be. And for us to be competitive, I think is really important because the teams we're competing against have state-of-the-art training facilities, and we haven't, to be honest, and we've had to really rely on us being creative in the way we coach, having great coaching staffs and motivated athletes, but now we're just going to have that extra added bonus to be able to train at the same level in the same kind of facilities as our competitors.
Do you think some of the creative things you've done because of this space you'll carry over to the new space? And 2, if you can get more traditional, can you utilize time better that way, do you think?
Yes, to both. We actually had to create a training device for vaulting in this space, and we are taking it with us, and we're the only ones in the country that have it. But we love it, and it's worked well for us. So we wanted to make sure that it's coming with us to the new gym because we know it's been pretty amazing. And then in terms of other ways to train, I do think we're going to be able to maybe upgrade some of our current skills that we've been held back with a little bit in this facility. And to be honest, a lot of the traditional training methods are what our student athletes were used to in their private gyms. And so now they're just going to have that comfort level again of just being able to transfer those skills right away versus us teaching them the new methods and then adapting and figuring it out. So I think it'll be a much easier transition for our incoming kids.
Remind me of the timeline to.
We're supposed to open in December. So yeah, we broke ground a couple weeks ago, and we're hoping to move in December before the start of the new season. So keep our fingers crossed everything stays on track.
Big Christmas present.
Yes, it'll be amazing. I can't think of a better one.
Anything else for Coach Hansen?
Spoke, we were talking about the ramping up at this point in the season, and then it was talking about Big Tens. Okay, we're at a very different level now. Having done this, what is the trick to making sure that you don't let the moment get too big, both individually and as a team, with what lies ahead this weekend?
I feel like really trusting your training. Obviously, we're in postseason. We've had a lot of meets thus far, so I feel like just trusting your training and, as you said, recognizing that we are on the rise, so just keeping that in mind.
How much fun is it purely? I know that the higher you climb, the farther you can fall, but that you can keep going, but how fun is this where you grind all year? And this is the good stuff, right? How much fun is this experience this weekend?
Definitely. As you said, this is what we train for basically all season. So just remembering that, like, we do have still a lot to accomplish this season, and hopefully we won't be done yet. But yeah, these last couple meets are the most fun meets. So just remembering, like, it's not all about the scores, just staying within your team bubble and just having fun.
It's a good problem to have if things go well on Thursday. It is a very quick turnaround. Is there a trick? Is there anything you can do Friday where normally you get that week to prepare? This is already a short week.
Yeah.
Then you get one day to flip and do it again.
Normally the week before we'll do like 2 mock meets in a row, and then normally the Friday we'll have like massages, recovery lift, and just basically taking care of our bodies because it is a quick turnaround.
What's a confidence level like for you guys?
We're feeling very confident. We've had a lot of training, obviously, and so just excited to go out there and show everybody what we can do.
What did the success of the Big Ten meet, where you guys were right on the cusp of maybe winning that, did that help boost the confidence even if you didn't technically win it?
For sure. We went into Big Tens as the 4th seed, and finishing second just by 1/10 was very exciting. Obviously a little heartbreaking, but we know we have so much more to accomplish, so hoping to do that this weekend.
So as a senior, you're not returning next year, are you?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Still up in the air.
So then, just about the new facility, what kind of just like thoughts do you have about that in terms of just like maybe as an alumni or as a possible returnee next year? What kind of features do you think that adds to the program?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, I feel like. When I was being recruited, we were supposed to get a new gym, but then COVID obviously hit. So yes, it's very exciting. I feel like the gymnastics team is very deserving of a new facility. But we are going to miss Pike a little. At least I'm going to miss Pike a little. But yeah, just so many more like new equipment and just like different resources we can use to keep the team healthy and help the team keep growing.
So could you just take me through when the news first broke that the new facility would be being built in December? What was kind of going through your head in that moment? Just overall feelings and thoughts.
Just very excited. Obviously a little, like I said, it not sad, but being a senior, kind of like, oh, I wish whatever we could have it sooner. But yeah, just very excited. And yeah, looking forward to it.
I remember, did you go to nationals your freshman year?
Freshman and sophomore year, yeah.
How much is having that experience drive you, especially maybe you can speak with some of the younger athletes and say, look, it's pretty cool. Like, I know everyone's going to try to do their best, but how much does having that taste before drive you to want to get there? Maybe one last time.
Yes, definitely. I feel like the seniors having the experience is kind of like taking the underclassmen in and being like, we can do this because we've been there before. So just being like, showing them the ropes basically, and just being like, this is what we need to do to get to nationals.
Anything else for Emily?
Does all of that put wind in your sails for what lies ahead? Hopefully not just this weekend, but beyond.
Yeah. That weekend was so amazing. Like, my teammates just pushing me. I wouldn't have done it without them. They push me every single day in and out of the gym. So I'm ready to keep that moving forward for this weekend.
How do you manage that once you get to this time of year, each step, you're climbing higher and there's more to attain, but the competition does get harder? How do you manage it individually and as a team, just what the stakes are this weekend?
Yeah, we just stay in our bubble, like just focus on us. We know we've been working so hard in the gym and we don't care what's going on the outside. We're just going to focus on us and just keep climbing. So,
how fun is this? You guys work so hard and this is the good stuff, what you're going to get to do again, hopefully the next couple meets.
Yeah.
How much, it's hard work, but how much fun is it and how much do you try to get to enjoy this time of year?
Yeah, it's so fun. Towards the end of the season, it gets hard and harder to just keep pushing, but we play games in the gym and we have all these like games over here that we play and we just make it so much fun like towards the end of the season. So it's fun to be in here with all the girls.
Are you, as someone who has all those accolades, do you feel any pressure that you're kind of the go-to gymnast here on this team?
We do a lot of like pressure sets in here, so you're always going to feel pressure no matter what you do. But I don't know.
Well, what's your confidence level like with the success through your career, really, but coming off of the Big Ten meet?
Yeah. I'm very confident in myself and what I'm capable of doing, and I'm confident in my team that we'll just go out there and do our best that we can. So, yeah.
So when you saw the ground break for the new facility, what was kind of going through your head, just to know that's actually happening?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so crazy. They've been saying we're going to get a new gym for a lot of years, and now it's finally happening, and they're finally breaking the ground. And I think this is just going to be a very big step for this program and like new recruits, and yeah, it's just going to be awesome.
When was the first time you heard that they would be getting a new gym? Do you remember?
I think I was a junior in high school when I was on my recruiting trip, so years ago.
How much does having been down this road before, been to nationals before, how much both does that help? Hey, I've kind of done this before, but also you want that one more bite at the apple in nationals. How much does the experience help, and how much does that also drive you to just want to get there this weekend?
Yeah, well, I feel like us seniors, we've all been there before, so it's easy to tell the underclassmen like what we need to do and just stay in our bubble, do what we know how to do, and but we've been telling them that how fun it is to make it, so they're really excited.
Anything else for Mya?